My father's words were indeed piercing. His examples hit closer to home, but I am a naive youngster from a different time. The meanings of the words in the Constitution have long since become a rhetoric for our generation. But I wonder, what would have been the understanding of common people in the olden days? How about 70 years back? What would they have talked about? Did they understand the Constitution? Did they feel hopeful about it?
Listening to something or the other. Now I'm having problem listening to All India Radio.
Dad, you think these radio channels will tell you real facts? You better listen to BBC if you want to know anything worthwhile.
You think that the white man won't lie?
Sometimes I think his lies are better than our truths.
For God's sake, don't blaspheme our leaders on the day of Purna Swaraj.
Even that is going to change today, Dad. From today, it would probably be called something else.
Local change of names don't mean much, Sanjay. But what I don't understand is how people like you change the moment you wear a hat and a suit and go to London for college. Once we'll have our own law, you'll see what real change is.
I won't take your word for it. This country is going to choose the wrong side in the coming war. I'm quite sure all the wrong sort in this country would be very excited to take over the land and the power that they are so desperately after. I do not intend to witness such wasted opportunity.
So what are you going to do? Run out of the country?
Give me that radio, Dad. Let me see if I can tune All India Radio for you.
मैं तुम्हें खजाना नहीं दूंगा, खजाना मेरा है।
एग्रीमेंट हो चुका है, कुछ भी चेंज नहीं होगा, कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला तुझे।
Kiran, Ram, Krishna ji, why are you standing there? Please come in. Leela, could you bring water for the guests? Krishna ji, what made you come here at this odd hour?
We are sorry to have come like this, Parikshit ji, but we had really nowhere else to go.
Krishna ji, you have anyways come. But what I don't understand is what made you come at this odd hour to my home?
Parikshit ji, these two guys are at each other's throats since morning. Their problem flared up right after the Prabhat query, and when this Rama found the jewel box under his land while plowing the land, and since then they have been fighting so hard. Had I not stopped them, they would have killed each other.
Kiran, Ram, wasn't it just last week that I was on your land registration? At that time I thought you were so unlike a buyer and a seller. Anyone would have thought that you both were brothers.
Unfortunately, Parikshit ji, time has changed. So much has happened. Last week we were indeed brothers, but now
my brother Ram has suddenly started acting very greedy.
Parikshit, this guy has no sense of justice. And he certainly does not know how to honor the agreements. He sold me the land. It means he has sold me everything. Now he is asking for the jewel box which I found while plowing the land.
I sold you the land, but what lies under the land is mine. It is an inheritance from my ancestors that I just did not know about. That doesn't make you the owner of the property.
You sold me the land. That's it. I cannot give you a grain of sand from it after I bought it. That's deal!
No, that's not me. That is not going to solve this quietly. I'm not going to be a part of this process. I'm trying to be a true follower of Gandhiji. God bless his departed soul. Kiran, Ram, why are you being so violent? All these things can be resolved by trusting in each other. Please make yourself comfortable. Please sit, everybody. Now let's talk this out. Ram, there is only one question. Do we believe in following law or not?
Parikshit, that goes without saying. Isn't it, Kiran? Ram?
You have been silent all this while. Why did I send you to London to study law? Please tell us what you think about it.
I did not want to speak since it is a dispute involving elders. Going by what you have told me, the law is very clear on this. The jewels belong to the buyer, provided the land is already registered in the buyer's name. Now, whatever the land yields, profit or loss, treasure or curse, belongs to the buyer.
And he is right. The law is very clear on this. Although I would not put it beyond you guys if you want to share this property and should you decide to do so.
This seems very unfair, Parikshit. The jewel box could have been buried by my ancestors in order to benefit the successors. Now I understand why you say that law is blind.
Do you also believe what they say about the taste of the grapes beyond the reach of the fox?
All I am saying, this seems very unfair.
Kiran?
However, Parikshit, I trust your judgment and understanding of the law, and I will abide by your decision.
Kiran?
So,
Kiran?
very greedy man. Thank you for taking my side, Parikshit. This fellow will now understand his place.
Don't misunderstand me, Ravaji. I did not take your side. I just followed what the law says. Tomorrow, if the same land yields something sinister, say a ghost appears out of its belly, that too belongs to you.
I'm not sure, Parikshit, if I understood you. What could go wrong?
Even I don't understand you, Parikshit. Rama is our guy. I was very sure that we will favor him, even if I don't understand the law.
Look, Dad, these are the guys that will inherit your all-powerful law.
Sorry to interrupt the conversation. खाने का समय हो रहा है. आप हाथ धोना चाहेंगे?
Why not? It's always pleasure to eat at Parikshit's house.
प्लेट लगा दीजिए.
Have you seen the video?
new constitution that they're talking about, is it any good for us?
Us? Who is us, Krishnaji?
Our community, of course.
You surely mean the Indian community, right?
Indian community? What is that? Our community.
Please take it.
After Gandhiji died, I have lost my interest in politics. And after this partition business, my blood boils when I hear the news about decisions taken in New Delhi.
Yes, me too. I think this new constitution will also lead to something like that.
Nothing of this sort will happen, Krishnaji. This constitution will give all the people of India power and self-determination. All of us will have a say in what is happening around us. All of us will be equal, Krishnaji.
How all of us can be equal?
I think as long as the king is hale and healthy, we don't have a reason to worry.
The king is gone, Krishnaji. We'll now have somebody called a president. Did you forget that we got our independence from the British 3 years back?
That may be so, but the king is still there, right? Because I still see him on coins.
All that is going to change, Krishnaji. No more foreign kings.
Do you think it is worth doing that? What do our people know about it?
I agree with you, Ramaji. I may not like foreign kings. I'm not a big fan of Indian presidents either. This country needs an iron hand. Democracy is not going to work for us. We need a dictator.
I don't know who is on what side of this conversation. But this constitution will ensure that we don't need any dictators.
Dad, without a dictator, the peasants will swarm your lands. You'll not be a headman anymore. You are being too trusting with your trust business. You do realize what that cost your dear Gandhiji, right?
You know what? I don't need to be a headman all my life. And if the state decides to redistribute the lands among peasants, who am I to stop it?
Redistribution? Is that even possible? I hope the new law doesn't take away our lands from us, Krishnaji.
I hope to too.
It is not a single law, Ramaji. It is much more than that. It will determine what kind of nation we are going to be, what kind of center, what kind of provinces we will have, what kind of laws we will have, and much more. Every law has to conform to the basic idea of the constitution. That is why it is very, very problematic to have an all-encompassing and a completely fixed document hanging above our heads.
For all the reasons and for all what you have cited and more, this constitution will become very important to our nation. Without this document, we may have a civil war. Just like America 100 years back. I agree that no two Indians can agree on anything. And that is why we need everything set in stone.
I disagree completely. We don't need a law. We need a leader, a strong one, a charismatic man that will tell the people to fall in line.
Ramaji, your house has been robbed!
What? When?
Oh, Vivek has told me!
It must be that fellow Kiran. I will kill him.
Krishnaji, please stop that fellow Ram before he does anything to that Kiran.
Parikshit, I'll take care of it, don't worry.
Our country is also like Ramaji's land. The treasures have come to him. So are the disasters. Only law can save it. Maybe Sanjay is right. Maybe maybe I am too trusting. Leela, please bring that headgear to me, dear. I'll go and see this off personally.
Why do you have to go, Dad? This is not your lot. You should stay back and let Krishna handle this.
Dear Sanjay, this Rama has 5 daughters. If he does anything to that Kiran and goes to jail, it will weigh heavily on me. I'll go and see this off personally.
In that case, I'll also come with you, Dad.
Good intentions of my brother or my father, nor their wisdom. But I still don't have space in my own home to voice my opinions. Like many historians, like Kanika Sarkar, would later argue, the body of a woman became the site of many battles waged against colonialism. But the woman herself had not seen it. I only hope that in the coming years, women will have more agency. I wonder how such a conversation would look like.